Hey, Shalom. I'm going to start by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kadash. I want to give a double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. And I want to say Shalom to you brothers and sisters out there listening and learning. Hey, today's lesson is going to be on, it was just going through the spirit, and I was just thinking about the Masons, right? Because I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was showing them, how the Masons, play a large part in this world, right? And for those that don't know what the Masons is and what exactly that they do, this is why I'm making this video, okay? And for those that don't know, Masons are a large part of the nobility of America, right, and throughout the world, right? Because we talk about Illuminati and the families, but underneath them they have henchmen as well, right? And these are some of the workers, most of the workers of iniquity, right? And this is what they do, and a lot of them are connected to the Illuminati, right? So we're just gonna get into a little bit about the Masons and how really what they're doing is they're helping to fulfill the word of the Lord on the left hand side, right, through the spirit, right? Now, bear with me one moment. Okay, this is I think it's gonna be a good article. We could get some things from here. It said the vast majority of modern people are conditioned to associate references to Freemasonry with Illuminati, right? But which it is true, because that word Illuminati or illuminate, it just means the light bearers, right? But they bear the light on the left hand side, okay? And it says, I do, however, believe high-ranking Freemasons play a role in a modern crime syndicate. At least their secretive model, adopted from the Jesuits and the Sabbatean Franks, are utilized. And the truth of the matter is the Masons are just a arm, right, of these Jesuits, right? Because you see this pyramid at the top, right? You have all different organizations, right, linked into this, and for lack of a better word, Illuminati, right? They're all part of it, but to a certain degree, right? If you know anything about the Masons, right, you have to, every level, every step you go up, they reveal certain parts of the plan, okay? So everybody doesn't know the whole plan except those at the top. And this is what, and that's just a microcosm of the whole Illuminati thing, right? So this is what the devil uses, because what you'll find out is that they worship Satan at the higher levels, right? And this place was set up, for the fulfillment of the scriptures, okay? Believe it or not, right? And it says, Freemasons have a hive mind, follow secretive instructions, and utilize a dictate called strict observance, right? Okay, and the Lord told what? He told Israel, right, to observe His laws and His statutes, right, in the book of Deuteronomy, okay, 28. It say in 15, but it shall come to pass if thou will. I'll start at 1. It said, it shall come to pass if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and to observe to do all His commandments, which I commanded thee this day, that Yahweh Shem Yahushai thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Okay, so this is basically the left hand, right? Because it says that they have to have a strict observance, right? And this is what the Lord had for us, a strict observance of His laws and commandments, right? And He'll set us on high, right? And if you look at this pyramid, hey, it's a high place, right? So what they're doing is emulating the Lord or the scriptures on the left hand side, okay? And they're also using the history of the Bible as well, to mask what exactly they're doing. Okay. It says, in looking back at history, there are clear indications that men in power of the past were fully aware of the threat of the Illuminati infiltration. Right, and I'm not going to go into this, right, because this is just he say, she say, and I'm not going to get into that. We're going to bring out the facts, right? And the facts are, this place is based on Freemasonry, and how I'm going to show. Okay, let me see. Okay, and it's good to look into these things yourself. All right, but okay, these are some of the things that are being said about the Masons, right? But you can't get them to talk about these things in the news, and if you do, they label you a conspiracy theorist. Okay, and this is what's really going on, right? This is part of that secret council that was spoken about, and Psalms, the 64th chapter. Okay, in the Psalm 64th chapter, it says, hold on, let me get it in the blue letter. Okay, and being in this truth, you should know a little bit about this. Okay, this is the book of Psalm 64:1. Hear my voice, O Yahweh, and my prayer preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Okay, and the Masons are one of the biggest enemies of Israel. Okay, and this is why they're not going to tell you, right? And the secrets that they hold, right, are the secrets of the Bible. Hey, they know that they had Israel in captivity. And to be clear that they do know, let's show it. Okay, this was a slave collar, right? And this is what prompted me to make this video. Okay, this is a slave collar from back in those times, right? And it says, I can't see it clearly. It says Abernathy, Des, and Jackson, right? Negroes, you see that word Jackson, right? Tobacco, cotton, in Savannah, Georgia, 1855, right? And if you look at the markings on it, if you look in the top corner, I'm going to blow it up. What you see is the masonry, right? The square and the compass for masonry, right? So these are the people that were highly involved, right, in the captivity of Israel, and they know it. Okay, you see the eye and the crown and looks like a spade and a dollar sign. Okay, these people know the truth, right? And these people are basically the gatekeepers or the leaders of America, right? Besides the international bankers. So these people are the doctors, the dentists, the judges, right? A lot of the police force. The police force is a fraternal order. Okay, let's get that. The fraternal. The fraternal order of the police, right? And you also have the fraternal order of the Masons, right? Because these are just levels, right? There's levels to this thing, right? This is why they have these stairs and these steps and degrees, right? I think it's a 33rd degree Mason is the highest you can go, right? And that's going into the 3-6 or the 33rd degree. The fraternal order of the Eagles. Okay, and Esau is known, what, as the eagle. Okay, so these things are all connected, and these devils, right, they understand who we are, right, and they these are the secrets that they keep. Okay, but they'll call it a conspiracy, right? But even back in the day, hey, King David knew about these things, right? This is why the scriptures say, there's no new thing under the sun, right? Matter of fact, let me get that. I don't even need to get it, but you know that it says that there's no new thing under the sun, right? So even David was praying to the Lord for protection, and you should be too, praying for protection from these people, okay? Because these are the people that's going to come down on us, right, and persecute us, right? But really, what they're doing is fulfilling the left hand of the Lord, okay? And it says, Psalm 64, hear my voice, O Yahweh, in my prayer, preserve my life from the fear of the enemy, right? Who's our enemy? Esau, Edom, and the rest of these nations, okay? And in this masonry, you have a Scottish rite and a York rite, right? You have Ishmael has a branch of Masons. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if all of our enemies, pursuant to Psalms 83, have one, okay? Because these things are so secretive, and you'll never hear it, and they'll label it a conspiracy. Okay, it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, right? And this is a secret society, this masonry. Okay? Matter of fact, let me show you it's a secret society. Right, but I want to read in the NIV. It says, hide me from the conspiracy of the wicked, from the plots of the evildoers. Okay, so this is what they call this, right? And this is a secret society, right? This is that secret council. Okay, and let's show that it's a secret society, right? Okay, I typed in secret society. Okay, and what you get is enter the secret world of the Freemasons. So let's look a little bit at this video. And this could be a very long video, but I'm just going to try to sum it up, right? Because, hey, these people are deep into the scriptures as well, right? But they also use Islam with it, okay? So this is a look at it.
It's the world's most well-known secret society.
Okay, and you heard what it said, a secret society, right? So the scriptures say, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, right? And in the NIV it says the conspiracy, all right? Let's look.
With symbols and ritual, it's the source of legends, parodies.
Who controls the British crown? Who keeps the metric system down? We do.
And conspiracy theories.
Because so much organized crime uses the Masonic secret system and the good old boy network to be able to get away with murder. And I mean murder.
Welcome to the...
And they literally do. You know, they've gotten away with so much as to where they're feared in these highest levels, okay? When you get to you can't get to certain places without being a part of these people, okay? And they're not held by the same rule of law as everyday Americans, right? These are the elite, right? Of all walks of life, whether you're construction or whether you're a doctor, whether you want to own a corporation. Hey, you have to be part of this, right? Because this is what controls it all, okay? And that's why this thing could be so long, right? Because this thing is far-reaching, and you know, there's really no stopping it. And this is why the Lord has to come to bring these people down, okay?
So much organized crime uses the Masonic secret system and the good old boy network to be able to get away with murder.
And this is one of the reasons why they came against Alex Jones, right? Because Alex Jones has been talking about this, and they've been looking for a reason, right? But now, it's the time to bring him down, right? Because really, Alex Jones has been a part of this, and they're using him, right? Because one of their models is hidden in plain sight. Okay? So if he can talk about it and live, most people would say, well, there's no such thing, right? But really there is. Okay, and he's just being used as a tool so they can further, their enterprise, right? That secret counsel, right? And their main goal is to keep Jake at the bottom, right? To keep Jake dumb and docile, to not know about the history, right? A lot of these churches, right, are built with the square and compass incorporated into their church. As a matter of fact, let me get it. Let me see. Bear with me one moment. Okay, and I just Googled up churches with the square and compass cornerstone, right? And you see here, right? All these churches, or temples is what they call them, right? See more. And all these things are not exactly on the internet, right? Because they scrub all the things that they can, right? But hey, these people put them up, right? And this is what's making them mad. This is what's exposing this man, okay? But a lot of these churches are built on a cornerstone of Freemasonry, okay? Not the cornerstone of Yahweh Shai, right? Yahweh Shai is the cornerstone, but they'll put the cornerstone of the Freemasons, right? And that's how you know these churches are being ran by the devil, right? These are the devil's churches, and he builds these things, okay? But let me go back. Okay, so these are some of the things that they're into. All right, this is an article. It says 15 disturbing theories about the Freemasons, right? And you see Brad Pitt here, right? He has the ring on, right? He has the square and compass ring on, right? And these are some of their rituals right here, right? These are their symbols, right? They use symbolism as part of their worship. Okay, and you can see it right here. You see they got the Klan hoods on, right? Because the Ku Klux Klan was part of this Freemasonry. Okay. It says, since its inception, Freemasonry has been associated with literally every type of conspiracy the insane mind can fathom, right? Because they try to label you crazy, right, when you say that. You see, even the writer of this article is going there, right? Because, hey, when you think about this, how much pain they've inflicted, hey, it can make you go crazy. Okay, it said around the time it stopped being hip to blame Jewish people for everything that's wrong with the world. Okay, hey, so this is nothing new that these anti-Semites or these Amalekites, right, are doing this, right? Because this is all part of the plan, right? It's all part of the order out of chaos. Okay, because they could just point the finger at it. No, it wasn't me, it was him. No, it wasn't him, it was him. No, it wasn't him. This is how you do it, right? Because this is how the court is ran, right? Beyond a reasonable doubt. And if they're able to do these things, then a reasonable doubt could come in, right? And this is why they've been able to go so far, right? This is why they have so many different levels and different organizations, right? Because hey, you can always just point the finger at the next man, and then you know what? They'll pull some strings, and a detective, they'll take them off the case, okay? But that's not the case with the prophets of the Lord, okay? We understand, we're supposed to understand full well what's going on around us, because what does it say? That this is a right, it says in Ephesians 6:12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. Okay, and then when you're in the dark, and you can't see what's going on, there's a lot of secrets going on, right? against spiritual wickedness in high places. Okay, so these are the principalities, and these are the rulers of the darkness of this world, right? And spiritual wickedness in high places, right? But we shouldn't fear, right? Because Yahweh Shai is above all principalities, right? That's what the scriptures say, right? It says, Salakia. Right, it says in Ephesians 1:20, it said, which he wrought in the Hamashiach, which is Yahweh Shai, when he raised him from the dead and set him at his own right hand in the heavenly places, far above all principality. So we're not worried about these people, right? And this is what they work on. They work on fear control, right? That you wouldn't say nothing to them because they could take this from you and they control this. But when you're in Hamashiach, hey, what we have is far above all those, right? We're far above all the 33rd degrees, right? And when you understand these scriptures, then you understand that we are the true Illuminati, right? We are the true bearers of the light, right? Because the only true light is Yahweh Shai, right? And this is what they know, right? This is why some of the scriptures say, if your ways please the Lord, then he'll make even your enemies be at peace with you. Okay, so you have to, you have to do what pleases the Lord, right? And what pleases the Lord, and you having faith in him, you having faith in his son, you doing what he say, right? And he'll set you above all people, right? Including these principalities, right? And this is how beautiful the promise of the Lord, of our Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach is, right? Because these things are true, right? He has the power to set us above, right? And no one else, right? And these devils know it, right? Because he is far above all principality and power and might and dominion and every name that is named, not only in this world, but also in that which is to come, okay? So you shouldn't fear these things. Though these people can do serious harm to you, right? These people are not to be feared when you're in Hamashiach, right? Okay, so let's see some of the things that they're saying. It says Freemasons control the world, right? Which they do, right? It says, this is by far the most common theory associated with Freemasonry. It controls the workings of our society with members infiltrated in every organization which has any sort of influence in world decision. Okay, and that's exactly what they do, right? This fraternity would obviously not admit it controls the world, even if it actually did, so it vehemently denies the allegation. In the meantime, theorists point out several of the fraternity's key members involved in agencies and government in the United States and the UK since the dawn of the organization. Okay, and these are some of the major people that are associated with Freemasonry, such as George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, Franklin Theodore Roosevelt, even Barack Obama are commonly associated with the fraternity, although its secrecy makes it difficult to verify these claims, at least when they pertain to current world leaders. Okay, and if you see these names, right, these are the names that are on all the money, right? So money is the major power in America, right? And George Washington, he's on the money. Benjamin Franklin, he's on the money. I believe Theodore Roosevelt is as well. And you can Google it up. Okay, you can Google George Washington and a Mason apron. And they have the pictures, right, to show you. But you got to know what you're looking for. Okay, and this is the picture. Okay, this is the picture right here. So like here. I'll just blow it up because obviously they don't want it shown. And I can't even blow it up, right? But you can see it, right? He has, right here it goes. Okay, and this is what he has on. That's the symbol for the Masonry. Okay. And this here is the same type of clothing that the IUIC has, right? And this is why, you have to be aware of these things. IUIC, right? Let's Google them. IUIC Israelites. Okay, and they have these same Masonic aprons and things. Let's see if we can get a good picture. Okay, here it goes. Here goes a decent one. Okay, these people have these same type of clothing that the Masons wear. And matter of fact, I believe Nate was in a fraternal order of the police. Okay, so make no mistake about it. These people are far-reaching, right? And this is why we have to know these things, right? To understand truly what's around us. Okay, because it's a crazy world out here. Okay, but these people do run the world. All right. It say they are secret Satan worshipers. Okay, and they do worship Satan. Right, and at the highest levels, this is what they really worship. Right, these are the children of the devil. Okay, stemming from its secrecy, Freemasonry is commonly linked with Satanism, an accusation first substantiated by Pope Clement in the 1730s. Since then, several Christians have proclaimed Freemasons as people who stand against God. Right? But really, they're working for the Lord on the left-hand side. These claims remain unproven at this point, but its proponents defend themselves, such as claims explaining that this is precisely why one of the requirements specified they believe in a single God while not naming which religion's God. While the fraternity will say this is the way to keep the society open to all people of all faiths, its detractors will often use this as a justification for their alleged devil worship. Right, but look at some of these symbols, right, that they use. Let me see if I can get the picture. Okay, I'm gonna send it over. Okay, so these are some of the symbols that these Masons use. Okay, we're gonna get this on Pinterest. So like it. Okay, here it is. Okay, and when you look down, hold on. Okay, here it goes. Well, maybe not, right? Because, see, they don't want showing all these images, right? But I have them on my phone here. Let me type in something real quick. Bear with me. Okay, these are a lot of the symbols for Freemasonry, right? So you see the square and the compass, right? You also see the eagle, right? Which is for Esau Edom, right? Pursuant to the book of Obadiah, right? Let's get that, right? Because Esau is the enmity with the Lord, right? He's an enemy of the Lord. Okay, it says Obadiah 1:4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, and if you look at this picture, right, you see the eagle, right, and you also see the stars, right? You look right here, you'll see the star, right? They have what's called the Eastern Stars, right? The Eastern Stars is the women's sect of Freemasonry, right? Matter of fact, let's just prove. Hey, we prove all things, right? And hopefully you'll go in there and take a look at it for yourself, right? Because there's a lot more than I can ever explain in this, and maybe you could bring something out to edify that I wasn't able to, right, through the Spirit, right? The Eastern Star, right? Right here. Okay, Eastern Star is a Masonic pendant body open to both men and women, right? But so this is the one where the women are allowed to be in. And if you see this picture of the star, it's a picture of the Baphomet, right? The devil worshiping that they were talking about. Hey, so you have to be able to look into these things, right? You have to see it for what it is, right? But these are more of the symbols, okay? So you have the eagles, the stars, and you have the skulls and the crossbones, right? And what does that represent? That represents, right, where our Lord was crucified, okay? Let me see. This in the book of, I spelled that wrong. Now, forgive me for not being prepared for it, but I don't think you can prepare for this, right? There's so much information, okay? And this is Matthew 27 and 33. And when they would come to a place called Golgotha, that is to say, a place of a skull, okay? Let me go to it. They gave him vinegar to drink mingled with gall, and when they had tasted thereof, he would not drink. And they crucified him and parted his garments, casting lots, that it might be fulfilled which is spoken by the prophet. They parted my garments among them, and upon my vesture did they cast lots. Okay, so he was crucified at Golgotha, okay, which is the place of the skull. And this is why they have these skull symbolism, right? Because they know exactly what they've done and what's going on, right? And this is part of that secret council, right? These secret handshakes and all this other madness they got going on here, okay? And you see the symbolisms, right? And there's a lot more. Maybe I'll do a part 2 to this, right? But I'm going to finish the book of Psalms 64, and I might keep going. It say, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, Psalm 64 and 2, right, which is the conspiracy, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Okay, and that's another symbolism from these people, right? Let's go back to the symbolism, right? And what will you see? You'll see the sword right here in the top corner, okay? Okay, and Esau is known to hold the sword. Okay, so this is what's really going on here, people. Right, it says that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, right? And secret is the key word, because this is a secret society. Okay, so they shoot in secret at the perfect. Certainly do they shoot at him and fear not. And why don't they fear? Because they have all the judges in their pocket, right? Because they run the police department, right? Because they run the CIAs and the FBIs and the ADLs and all these other alphabet groups, okay? Because these people are really in control. Hey, so they don't fear. Why? Because they don't fear the Lord, okay? Because they're doing the Lord's bidding on the left-hand side, all right? And like I told you, if you're doing what pleases the Lord, hey, he can have his enemies be at peace with you. Okay? And you're going to need that for the times that's coming. Okay? It said they encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune or lay in snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Okay? Because this is not, they're not going to advertise this on the news. right? They're not going to tell you that this was a Freemasonry or Mason organization that has done these things, right? They own the news. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. And this is what's happening now, right? So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And all men shall fear and declare the work of Yahweh, for they shall wisely consider his doing. The righteous shall be glad in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory. Okay, so this is the mindset we should be coming in, right? Though they're able to do all these things, it seems with impunity, right? The Lord is getting ready to shoot at these people, right? And they see it, right? Because these people are deep and they understand, right? But the Lord is going to use them, like I started out, to fulfill the left-hand side of his word, right? Because the Lord is a perfect balance, and he has to use both in order for his plan to come out correctly, right? So these are the people that he uses. So if you want to look into this, I highly suggest that you do, right? Because there's a lot of information that you can glean, and Lord's will, it helps you in this time of Jacob's trouble, right? Because the scriptures say knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy time, okay? But majority of the Bible, but you should be linking this up with the Bible, okay? You link it up with the Bible, and if you don't feel you can do that, then don't do it, right? Don't even look into it. But if you can, hey, you could get a lot of information out of these things. All right, and there's a lot more. Maybe I'll make a part 2. Lord's willing, you was edified. I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Shalom.